about. So when you shockwave, especially when you're low, you always want to try to stay low, but also you're trying to get distance, of course, to get away from the team that is lasering you. So you just gotta find your options, and you know, and that's in a really bad spot here. As I was talking about before, the change in elevation is such a dangerous spot. Like the jungle, this jungle biome is so dangerous because the change of elevation, anybody could be in a tree, anybody could be on the mountain. So that's why NS is just in a really bad spot here. They were able to get eliminations earlier, but you know, they gotta plan for the later game as well. They gotta get out of this jungle biome.
Thomas HG and Malabuka, the team that have it all to do, many would say, because of course going into this today they were 5th place, still sat there at the moment, so they've been having decent games, Emad. They haven't quite been able to have that pop-off win, not all weekend, so we haven't quite seen their best from these guys yet, and I still stick to my guns in saying that they will pick up a victory, although time is dwindling.
Yeah, and NS is looking really low here. I don't know if he's going to survive, but yeah, looks like he was just taken out by Suns, and Alex just waiting for the feed to confirm it. 82 players left.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thanks to Suns getting absolutely beamed, but they're playing the Storm very well, of course. When you do have these sort of vault areas underground, you can stack up some white heals, and I think that might be what they're about to do, as Thomas and Malabuka are just able to look all the way down from up above. It looks like they didn't actually get the full finish on one of those eliminations, so unfortunate for those guys not being able to pick that up. Maybe it was another team that snatched it away from them, but still sat on 0 eliminations. Quite contrary to what we've seen from them in some of the DreamHack qualifiers, where they were so aggressive.
Yeah, and with 0 eliminations, you just got to make sure you get those Storm Surge tags, because there is still 82 players left, and it's 4th zone. This is one of the most stacked games we've seen so far. Vidal going down in the feed as well. It's not looking too good. They just gotta try to avoid everybody. This jungle biome has so many teams right now. If they can just take Storm, you know, use a med mist, use a med kit, and just, you know, rotate around, just take that storm damage, it would probably be better than, you know, going straight through the jungle biome.
Definitely is Alex and Suns right now just underneath in this area, as we spoke about earlier. What's good about this sort of strategy is you can actually stay under here for a lot of the zones. There's actually a rift under here that if you select one of those doors and get the intentionally the wrong one correct, you can, or you unlock the intentionally the wrong one, you can actually end up rifting all the way up into the sky and make a late rotation through, as Mr. Savage and Vidal are hiding just underneath. It's Bebies and Pablo Wingu who take out Gentle in the top of this island right now. Huge eliminations in the game, as Bebies does lose his teammate Pablo Wingu. Should be able to get him up though, as long as there's no one else gliding on in. It's S-Dart that tries to get his revenge, gliding all the way up on top. Can he try and find this? He does have 3 shockwaves to use, and shockwaves he will use as he goes all the way up. It's a 1v1 between him and Bebies, as Mr. Savage and Vidal just lurk underneath and are waiting for their moment to pounce.
Yeah, Mr. Savage and Vidal, they have a really good opportunity here to get some elimination points and some Storm Surge tags. So if they're feeling, you know, if they're feeling like fighting, they should go up. If, you know, a lot of these players also make sure they look at the feed and see what's happening. Who got knocked? Was it a knock? Was it a full elimination? Because if it's like a 1v1v2, they're going to mainly, like, they're going to push that solo most of the time.
I like this though from S-Dart, just getting away. Just shows how much this means to this team. Any one slip could cause them to lose out on their position, as Bevies does unfortunately get knocked all the way down, but keeps his life in the process. Noah and Blaster decide to make their way up. This house is very popular. Everyone wants to go for it.
Yeah, everyone, you know, it's oh, Blaster getting knocked down by the deal here. Man, he's launch padding out of here. Yeah, he's like, man, it was not a good decision. Vidal getting lasered. I think he got shockwaved off of the mountain. Mr. Savage trying to help him from the high ground, trying to tag the people that are trying to tag Vidal. So it looks like Vidal's in a pretty good spot now, and Blaster are just up there and knocked. They can get his loot pretty soon here. And then Noah chilling in a tree. That is a good spot.
I think I'd prefer to be up with my teammate if I was Vidal right now. I don't think he was meant to be down there, but Mr. Savage is holding down the fort quite well. I was going to say Mr. Savage, Malabuka and Thomas HD inside of the Storm, able to just play these med mists and these bandages as they have. Vanyak and Karma, we saw these guys doing incredibly well earlier on, having some pretty solid games, but not quite able to find the same success as we've seen from other players.
Yeah, they're just chilling in the bush looking for tags. Clicks and Cammy and Yapko are all in the Storm, and their NPC, you can't forget about them. And they have a vehicle, which is really good, but it looks like Duke got lasered here. Clicks is using the flare gun to see their positioning, and they are also using their flare gun. Looks like they're about to push up on them. 2v2 situation, Cammy and Yapko versus Clicks and Duke. Duke launching up.
Great shots there from Yapko, who can actually connect with one of those shots. Takes down, but no! It's Cammy and Yapko who are down. Just outside of Shattered Slabs right there. It's actually Duke and Clicks who take them out. That is huge shifts in the performance of Cammy and Yapko, who we haven't seen go down that early in a very, very long time. So for teams that are second place, Acorn, Epic Whale, S-Dark and Gentle, if they are able to get that reboot off, they might be okay, and they might be able to push for that top.
Yeah, we don't usually see them going down early. You are right. They just, I think they just laser Duke. They're like, hey, we can get this elimination point. Let's go. It should be easy, but they didn't know it was Clicks and Dukes, two of the best, the best fighters in the game. We got Threats and Booga still up as well in the Storm, and it doesn't look like he has some white meds, so hopefully Threats should have some.
Hopefully so. Casca Reciprocal all the way up on top of this building right now as Acorn and Epic Well. Speak of the Devils, those guys, unfortunately for them, are going down. It's Moo and Tax who continue their run. Just off the back of a victory round, they're taking out second place. So now that means first and seconds are out of the game. I'm not 100% sure if S-Dark and Gentle are still in it. Of course, we saw one of them going down all the way up on top of that floating island. Are they still in it or are they not? Or is the door wide open for Thomas HG and Malabuka?
Yeah, this is going to be a huge shift in points. This game is, the top dogs are just going down early, so the huge shift is just, it could change the leaderboard quite drastically.
Absolutely will, and this is a huge moment for Malabuka and Thomas. We spoke about how good these guys can be, and this is the moment for them to potentially make a comeback as Thomas HG getting absolutely beamed out the air by Tax's pistol. Huge knock onto Thomas HG, and Malabuka does live to tell the tale, so he's got to make his way into zone. What does he do here? Does he stay going into the Storm, or does he try and go back and revive Thomas HG? We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out, but for another one of our teams, of course, fourth place going into this game, Hero and Fahad, these guys are in the driver's seat right now to take on the first place, second place, and third place team, of course.
Yeah.
They're in fourth going into this.
Yeah, they popped off today, and it looks like they have to move really quickly here. We got Pars and Baka trying to get their vehicle out of there, and they are on the bike. They gotta be careful because they are very, very prone to shots right here because there's no cover, there's no windows, there's just nothing you can do if you get shot.
Yeah, this is not time to be doing wheelies. This is time to be making sure you make your way into the zone, and unfortunately, this is what we talked about, the exposed nature of those bikes almost being their demise as Hero and Fahad are able to stay in the game, but now they're back in the zone. They have to be very, very careful. The Storm will be ticking. Of course, it's a 2-tick at the moment. They do have to be very, very careful because I believe as soon as this zone does close in, it might just be a 5-tick. So they have to make sure that they're in. Robab looking down below, and they're getting beamed right now. Their only mode of transportation, of course, for now is this motorcycle, but of course they do have the shockwaves as well if they do get shot off it. I like this play, making the less congested rotate, using these hills as cover. This is great stuff from them. I just want to see how they do it. They can place a bunker down straight away. That's going to be the strategy, I think, as Fluger and Opt decide to try and beam Zemi out of the air. Close shots from them, and I see this repeater rifle being used a lot more now, Emad. I like it.
Yeah, I think they learned that the splash damage is actually really well to their advantage, and we can see Hero and Fahad actually using like the rocks, the trees, and just like those little hills just to make sure that they actually save their mobility to endgame, and it looks like they did. They still have the 3 shockwaves.
Another bike replay right there. A little skip through the gas cans, and of course those rocks is what we love to see as Thomas HD down to 1 HP and does go down inside of this box, but he was able to be revived by Malabuka already, so Malabuka is still alive. We can see him on the screen right now. 0 eliminations for this team at this stage of the game. The door was wide open for them. We talked about it earlier on. Could it be a little bit less wide now as Malabuka's down to a solo?
Yeah, it looks like Tax and Moo just, they just chased him down because they got the knock and they just want to get the finish. He did get him up, but they were able to track him down, and it looks like Malabuka has the cannon. He is ready to fight. He's getting out of there with the truck. There's a lot of players on this edge zone, and people are... Oh, Malabuka in the open. Moo in a pretty good spot here, but they have to be careful from so many people just around them, just waiting for the damage to come to them.
Malabuka's just used his final bunker of his inventory of the game for him right now. Unless he does pick up a refresh, that is it. That's why he's looking to be extra aggressive right now, trying to pick up an extra little bit of loot, that refresh, that knock that can turn the game on its head. If there's anyone inside of this lobby that you want solo clutching, Malabuka has to be at the top of your list. So do not count him out yet, as Fahad and Hero are on the chase.
Yeah, it looks like they're going through Moo here. They don't know that he's right under them, just chilling. He does not want to make a sound. I think they actually know. Oh, and yeah, they got him. Wow. He's going down to Hero.
Huge eliminations right there from Hero and Fahad. They're first of the game, actually, so you love to see that from them. That's going to pick up a huge refresh. Still 6 shockwaves at this point in the game for them, so they're looking really, really good. They could be in the driver's seat for this end game. It looks as though we do have a little bit more of a center map zone. We know how quickly the elevations can change right now as we hop onto a replay. How did Thomas HD get knocked out of the air? It was from Tax. This pistol aim was absolutely sublime, and that's exactly what you need when you're in that position.
Yeah, the pistol is actually one of the best guns in the game because it can shoot so fast and the reload time is so minimal that when you just run out of ammo, you just reload, and if the spray is not too wide, so when you spray at people, it's actually just lasers them.
Kami and Vaniac applying the pressure onto Blatcher and Mixon, and they're just going to have to shockwave away, and that causes chaos as Mixon goes back into the storm, says goodbye to his life for now as he does get knocked, and Blatcher's just having to go away into some other place to sort of try and save the day, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it for too much longer. But it looks like he's just found a bunker there, a little reuse of one of those. So Kami and Vaniac say, you know what, you're allowed to go there. That's fine by us. We got our elimination point. We are happy. That's their 4th of the game. Yeah,
I think that was just like a bad communication from the Shockwave. I don't think they were both ready for it, so he got Shockwave. Then Duke going down as well.
Wow, the Rift, look at this. Oh, everyone using the Rift. Almost 6 players using the Rift at the same time. Fahad and Hero, one of them, so they need a huge game. It looks like they're trying to aim to land on top of this higher point as possible. Ziandi and Rescard, another one of our top teams, looking back into the zone, trying to pick up a refresh. Huge shots from the Cybertron cannon onto Wox. Another one comes through but doesn't connect as Wox does decide to try and Shockwave away. I think he's managed to do it just about. Rescard and Ziandi, they don't have any of these shockwaves to get out. Can they make it through? No, the tire says goodbye. Rescard go into the storm, and it looks like they might just be meeting their demise inside of the storm. Vaniac and Kami still trying to continue their domination with eliminations as Hero and Fahad are still trying to power through this endgame with 6 shockwaves and another elimination.
Yeah, those shockwaves, 6 of them is huge. And Mr. Savage going down, Clicks also going down. Man, 13 players left, 9 duos, so there's a lot of solos up. So if you're a duo right now, you're in a really good position.
Hero and Fahad, huge game needed for these guys, and there's another one of those eliminations. That was onto Venno out of the sky, their 4th of the game. Still got 5 shockwaves as well, so they have it all to do, but I don't think they have any bunkers. Noah sneaking in the trees. Got a little tree house up here, looking down on everyone else. I like the strat, I like the plays. We could be seeing a nice second play potentially coming through for them as Fahad and Hero. All craziness breaks loose right now as they do decide to try and go for a tree play themselves all the way up here, and I like it. They don't have any cover. They need to.
Yeah, no, these trees actually play a huge part, and Robab going off the mountain here.
Robab going off the mountain. 6 eliminations for that duo, of course. Triple FHD for Fahad, and of course, Twisted Hero going through into this box. Huge elimination from them. Again, that's their 6th of the game. Wox feeling damage again from one of those Cybertron cannons. Hero using his last shockwave. Fahad nowhere to be seen. They're playing solos right now. Can these guys clutch up individually? Fahad, hit your shot. He doesn't quite. Takes a shot onto Arrow. Gets the elimination and gets the knock onto Wox as well. And this is a huge elimination, a huge moment for Hero and Fahad when they needed it most. They had it all as Robab falls to 2nd place, but Hero and Fahad are your Game 3 winners.
That was outstanding.